This is the Jug O Sip podcast.
First of all, I gotta have Salem.
I like that.
Because
like that
Salem
choice.
Salem's not a cat. He's a gremlin. So
He's a goblin.
He's a goblin?
Yes.
What did I say?
Gremlin.
Okay, so he's a goblin.
A gremlin is what Bella is. A goblin is what Artemis is, you see.
I feel you.
Yes.
Got you. Okay. So, Artemis, oh my God. Salem. I wish
the
it was
other
Artemis.
black cat.
Artemis is a black cat too.
That would be a great job for her. We'd get such a good check for that cat playing Salem.
For real. Okay, so Salem is a black cat, is a goblin disguised as a black cat.
Yeah, familiars take the form from goblin to whatever animal it wants to represent to be the familiar.
Here's my thing. I don't know if Corona could make the jump to goblin, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't.
And he's a smart cat, and he's kind of like Artemis. He'll meow, but you know exactly what the fuck he's saying.
So if I needed to get more gloves, soap, or toilet paper, I'm sending Salem out. And plus, he a goblin. He'll get past that line. All he got to do is go in his true form. He's going to scare everybody away.
Plus, he'll be grateful that you're not sending him on some fucking trip to literal hell like Sabrina.
Yeah.
These are small tasks. We're sending him out for, like, bags of weed and food.
Yeah.
And Sabrina's like, we're going to go to hell today? Friends, we're going to go to hell. And they're like, I didn't agree to any of this. That's okay. Get in the car. We're going to hell.
Yeah. Which is that's the whole show. It's just a show about this teenage girl who abuses her friends
and family. Family into agreeing to this insane shit.
With these awful adventures. She got her aunt shot once. Like, it was crazy.
She manipulates her friends into doing stuff for her and forces her aunts to clean up her messes.
For real.
Because they have to. They're her caretakers, and they're like, she's still fucking under 18, and I gotta go dig her out of whatever the fuck she did.
The only other show that
I would have whooped her ass when she was 8.
The only other show that I know of that centers around a demanding little girl that manipulates everybody around her is Peppa Pig.
Nope, that's not true.
What?
Rugrats.
Yeah, but Angelica wasn't the lead. Tommy was.
No, Peppa Pig's, that's a whole other thing. That girl's salty as shit.
Yeah.
Well, she's poor, but well, we need to have a whole episode after we watch some Peppa Pig with my toddler nephew, and we need to go and review the fuck out of that salty little bitch.
Stay tuned for a future Peppa Pig episode because at some point because we need to address her.
So you chose Salem. Who are your other two?
Okay, my next two. So Salem's my first one. My next two, I think I'm gonna have to go with Ambrose too as well, just because he seemed
would get along really well.
Yeah, I feel like he the kind of dude I could chill with. Like, he would have great conversations and stories because the dude is centuries old, and when you live during a quarantine, as everybody listening to this knows, that can be boring.
And he literally is so used to this. He was under house arrest for hundreds of years.
Right.
75 years, but still long enough for that to make you want to fucking like lose your mind. And he hates it, but he's used to it, so he would help you find ways to center yourself in that time.
And at the same time, you can only binge watch episodes of Always Sunny so many times. I mean, they don't have enough seasons to outlast a global pandemic. Well, I'm sorry.
And Ambrose would want to talk about philosophy, and he only gets upset when Sabrina drags him into big stuff. Like, he's pretty chill otherwise. Like, he would just be like, you want to smoke pot and talk about philosophy and the time I worked with Aleister Crowley? Yeah,
so chilling out with a dude with literal centuries worth of stories and life experiences, that's going to be great. So the last one, I think I'm going to have to go with Madam Satan.
Really? Not? I thought you would pick Father Blackwood. That's who I expected.
Nah, not Father.
You want Madam Satan because you want to watch her lurking out of rooms, don't you? Because that's the funniest fucking shit.
Yeah, I just want to watch her walk around and pretend she's not a supervillain.
Okay, shout out to Michelle Gomez because I love her in this role. But it's so funny that, like, Mary Wardwell, the woman she possessed, was this meek little church mouse of a woman who dressed frumpy, and now she shows up all sexy with this amazing hair.
Yeah,
and it's like
looking like she had an orgy with 10 demons.
Like, hello, Sabrina. Hello, Mr. Kinkle. You're like,
yeah.
Can you crank the porn down?
She's like yesterday your hair was in a bun. Now it's all down and flowing and voluminous.
And you move like a snake now?
Looking like you done used Satan's own version of Pantene Pro V.
I wish we were on camera right now because I do this great thing where I'll sometimes just enter a room and like appear around the doorway like a snake, and I'm like, hello, Mr. Grant. How are you?
Yeah, all breathy.
And like sliding up and down the fucking doorway. Like, it's...
Which is what, like, every time Lindsay watched that show and she came in the scene, it would just get me mad because I was like, how do they not know she's a bad guy?
No,
the lights get dim when she walks in a room.
Lights flicker, it smells like sulfur, like there's all sorts of shit. Like, it's
You can find the Jug O Sip podcast on YouTube and Spotify every Monday and Friday.
And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow at Jug O Sip Podcast on all social media.